People have a very wrong notion about me that अरे बड़े बाप की बेटी है ये वो. No way. My parents are very strict. And anyway, this is not an age you take money from your parents. Whatever I do for myself. Yes. Most of the times I've faced jealousies even from friends or whoever. They keep saying, oh, what's for you? You're sorted. I'm like, sorted how? So I, in fact, was the first one to talk about body positivity because right after Pyar Ki Kahani, I started putting on weight. Like, even my own mom, dad were like disappointed. How can you put on weight? Why can't I put on weight? I was initially totally broken. I was being body shamed. I was being pulled down by the industry. I used to gym twice a day.
Correct.
I used to diet. I used to cry. I used to be pulled down. Women, because they are earning, they are not ready to take the shit.
Yeah.
They think they don't need the men.
Exactly.
Like half the people don't want to get married. Half the people don't want to have kids today.
Yeah.
When I really hit rock bottom and my life came down crashing, that is when I really understood the importance of money also. I was like, oh my God, I'm so today in such a bad position. I don't have money. I've, touch wood, got very, very supportive parents.
Yeah.
They do not believe that their child should get abused. You know, on the name of love, you don't need to take abuse. That whoever did anything bad to me, sorry to say, but I saw their downfall in front of my eyes.
Men get triggered so much to hear this and they're like, okay, she's a gold digger.
When a woman gets married, the first thing she's looking for is stability and security. So how does that make you a gold digger? I have faced men who are gold diggers.
Wow.
Like to the extent that I had to really take some strict action. Yeah. Someone did try to do a very big fraud with me all the time. So sometimes I feel it's better to be cynical. Let life take you by surprise. Cautious. And being a little cynical is better only because being over optimistic has only landed me in a ditch. Everyone has told me कि बाबा you please सोच समझ के शादी करना. Be very, very careful whenever you marry again or anything.
She's strong-headed, she's inspiring, and she has motivated so many people to do only good in life, and that is what makes her who she is today. I'm very excited and happy to be welcoming Vahbiz, who's really positive, and you know, the minute she walks into a room, you know there's positive and happiness all around. Welcome to the FPJ Showbiz podcast, Vahbiz. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for such a sweet introduction.
I feel that about you so much because the last time we met, we genuinely bonded so much off camera also that we were unable to guys stop chit chatting right now, and we had to be like, okay, let's start rolling.
Well, I told her this off screen, but I'm saying this on camera also. I think she took one of my best interviews. Like we were so authentic and everything was so organic. Leo, right?
Yes,
Leo Saji. I really enjoyed your interview.
Thank you so much. You know, that's the energy. I have 100%. Met so many actors and I'm like enthu. I'm in general a very enthu person.
Maybe you're a Leo, I'm a Saji.
Yeah,
sunshine.
Exactly, sunshine. But when you don't get that vibe from the person you are having a conversation with, then you get a little thanda. You're like, you know, but
I agree.
Our vibe was like, it was matching.
Fire, na? Bahut
exactly. But you tell me, I see you, of course I follow you on Instagram. I see you doing so much good work. You're always out there. One thing I love about you is that you are always on the go. You know, you've never taken life like, theek hai, now I'm famous, now I have money, so now I'll not go out and do that. Where does all that, you know, energy and that enthusiasm come from?
Actually, you're quite bang on. I really don't take anything easy. In fact, sometimes I think I said, you know, I need to learn to relax and breathe. But I guess it is just inculcated in me because I started working at a very young age. And I think a lot comes from your nature and your genes. Like I have gone on my father, copy of my father. Like my dad's right now also in his 60s and every year dad will say, I'm retiring. I said, yeah, dad, what a joke. And then he'll be doing 10 more projects.
Wow.
Then after that he's like, no, I promise I'm retiring. But that's the thing. Like I think I have a lot of his blood. Nobody can tell you these things or nobody can teach you these things.
Yes.
These things are inborn also.
That's true.
And since it's such a habit to work from the age of 17, Like even sitting at home for 2 days will put me into depression.
How did it happen? Because you know, when you come from a business family or a space of privilege, and I'm so happy that you've always spoken about your dad's business, your mom's,
100%. I'm
your
proud of
mom,
him.
yes, your mom's involvement. And when you come from a family that's financially, you know, doing okay, and you don't touch wood, you don't need extra support. At 17, how did you start? Like, कहाँ से आया? मैं होती तो मैं सोचती ठीक है यार, अभी enjoy करो.
No, but as I always mention in my every interview, destiny plays a very big role, right? Actually, what happened is, like, it's so funny, but even when I was in school, or even if you see my slam books or you see anything, I've only said one thing: I want to be a model.
Wow.
Any teachers would also ask, I say I want to be a model. And I used to be tall, and I was so thin also, obviously. And so even in school, like many people used to ask me, hey, are you a model? When I used to go out, so I used to feel so happy. And I don't know, but I just did not ever, my brain just didn't go anywhere else. I was not distracted by anything else. I just wanted to be a model. So, and actually my father was initially not comfortable with the fact. He had so clearly told me that he will never allow me. So I think I'm a rebel kid, you know. I will push even harder. And secondly, biggest part is destiny.
That's true.
Like, actually we used to be part of, we are a member of this very renowned club in Pune called the Pune Club.
Okay.
So Pune Club, I would say gave me a lot of stepping stone in life. Honestly, I just got into my first contest also literally by chance. Like, it is so funny, some team had come from Mumbai and they saw me, I was standing in the club reception and they said, hey, will you participate, we're doing a show. And I don't know why in school everyone used to tell me I look like Twinkle Khanna or Rinki Khanna. I used to get this all the time.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I thought it's a RAM show. And my dream was always to be a RAM model. So then I called my mother from the telephone booth and I said, Mama, there is one competition, can I take part? It was the Blender's Pride something. So she said, yeah, okay, go ahead. Now we start the practice and everything. And then they say, you're ready with your speech, right? I said, speech? What speech? I'd never spoken on the mic, you know, I was 16. And they said, no, this is a contest. And I said, oh my God. Then again I called my mom. I'm like, Mama, this is a contest. Like, what should I do? I'll back out. She said, no, we've not taught you to be a loser. She said, you have to do it. Wow. You won't believe it. I jumped in and I won. That was my first title that I won. And then the confidence came.
Yeah.
Then in Pune, you know, there used to be something like Me Queen Balls. That was a very big thing those days, you know.
Correct.
So then I became first runner-up many places, won many titles. So yeah, I tell you, even destiny plays a big role.
Yes, that's true.
Then dad became a little easy.
Calm.
Yeah.
But you just said that, you know, you won and that's where the confidence came. I think you would already be pretty much a confident kid to be agreeing to doing something like that. And, you know, any normal kid, if they heard out of nowhere, you have to give a speech and all, they would panic and say, no, I can't do. But were you always like, as a kid, also a confident child?
Actually, you have a point. Because I was in school, people used to call me tomboy. I was in 2 schools. First a convent, then I went to a co-education.
I'm also a convent.
Oh, but I then went to sorry, Curtis. Then I was into a co-education school. So actually, my guy friends, they literally used to message me, they're like, when did you become a girl? Like, when I started modeling, I started coming the papers, they're like, when did you become a girl? Because in school, you're right, I was one of the boys. I was into basketball, I was into football, I was into long jump, I was into Kathak. So yeah, I went to this very different school, which had a very different syllabus and a very different teaching. So I think that school shaped my entire personality. So I was always used to being on debates, stage, singing, choir. So you're right. Then I agree with you. But then still, like, as I told you, my first contest was not at all, I was not prepared.
But, you know, for any father, like, I feel mums are a little more chill. Like, at least in my case, even you said your mom was chill. Fathers are a little more, also, they're very emotional about their daughters because they don't want them to go anywhere and all
possessive.
of that. Yeah, possessive. How was that, you know, journey of sort of convincing him ki, you know, this is what I want to do?
It was a journey. So mom always saw it in me. So I did my first show when I was in 4th standard.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and even my brother was there, bichara, but he's so camera shy. He still hates the camera.
Okay.
We are like yin and yang, me and my brother. Mom pushed me when I was in 4th only. There was one Weekender Kids show, and that was like the first show of my life. So my mom somewhere, I think, just knew it, that I was built for this. With dad, like dheere when I won that contest then I started asking permission, can I take part in the Make Queen, and then in college also offers started falling in the lap. Because those days Pune had a very big market.
Okay.
Like whatever work was happening in Bombay, it was equally happening in Pune. It was a huge market.
Wow.
So when my dad started seeing, and he would test me a lot, he would not give me anything easy. Then I got picked up by Elite Modeling Agency in Mumbai at the age of 17. I have lived in the bus, Volvo bus, day and night, because
God.
they said we are only taking you as an exception because you're from Pune.
Pune, yeah.
Because there were 2 elites, one was in Bombay, one was in Delhi. And they had a bank of just 20 models, and I was one of them, touch wood, which was at that point one of the biggest things to happen.
Yeah.
So I think when my father started seeing now that she's really crazy, she's hardworking, then he started melting. And then in fact he started supporting more.
Acha.
Because then I used to tell my father that I'm done with my studies and I've given 4-5 years in Pune. I am getting saturated. There was no work left. Like I had to be in the big C,
Correct.
which was Mumbai. But then my mom would break down because my mom is too attached to me. So she kept breaking down. But then in fact my father always said, you cannot stop your children. Like let them live, let them have their wings, let them, follow their dreams. So then dad really supported. Once he was at the same page with me, then he supported me.
Wow, it's so important to have supportive
Yes, but I
parents.
think today that is the biggest strength.
Yeah.
Why you see this peaceful demeanor that I have. I never look like one of those desperate ones for work, or I'd go to any level for work. But I'm always, chill. That's right.
That is true. Because we misunderstood work. We always thought that work should be your entire life, how people treat you, how much your worth is. I used to think this when I first started. I thought if a big actor is not giving me an interview, which means I am not good enough. There's nothing like that.
We all go through our
We all
journeys.
go through that. But today, to balance life with work, I've realized that work is just a part of my life. Of course, it makes me happy. Of course, it pays for all my bills. But I'm not going to let it consume my entire life. I think you follow the same mentality.
I had to follow because I have so many health issues.
Yeah.
And if you speak to any doctor, every doctor will say calm your nerves and take less stress.
Yeah.
Like I had to also learn it the hard way. We think, being a workaholic is a fashion. But it's not a fashion. You have to be holistic. Now see, today I've got high level diabetes. Now also the doctor has told me that you have to be balanced, you have to live a holistic life. So, and if you notice everything around us, I mean, so sad, like whatever's happening around us, how many young actresses of ours are having cancer, I think the mother of all diseases is stress.
Yes, it is.
That's
so
the thing.
true.
So I try to just calm my nerves a bit. Because I seen it when my sugar also shoots up. It has been a lot due to stress, sorry. The moment I'm fine, the moment I'm within nature, I went to do the Art of Living course.
Wow.
A lot of things changed. So, see, what happens is there was a time our grandparents, my granny, I lost her at 90. They live at 90, 80, but today it's sad, it's crazy. I've lost half my friends. Like, they're all dying at such a young age, so it's all in our hands,
But how do you tackle stress? Because honestly, not even work, in general, I think we're pretty much leading a life which sometimes gives us a lot of stress. That's not in our hands to control. So when such a tricky situation comes, how do you calm yourself down?
No, honestly, it was not easy. That's the reason I had to give a break to television. And in fact, after so long, I did another show. Remember when you went to me last? I was starting Divaniyat. But once again, I was in a very bad state. Like the sugar had shot up to 500.
Oh, God.
500. And we had a telecast issue. So obviously, it's my duty as an actor to support my team. So obviously, I'm not going to sit and play the victim card. But honestly, if you think about it, it's a very serious issue.
Yeah.
Like, because 500 diabetes
That's
is
too
not
much,
normal.
yeah.
And like, I've realized that that's the reason I have to do less of television, because the medium is like that. They will need a lot of hours because you're on telecast every day.
Correct.
And when they don't have a bank, then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So I think that's the reason I became an entrepreneur. I think the most happy place for me is my blogging,
Yeah.
where I just get to be myself. And I have my, obviously, other things also, no? Ads or
Yeah.
whatever, what do you say? Events, my events business.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
You just spoke about TV and you said this, that it was your commitment, so you couldn't, of course, you had to support your team. A lot of actors who started off with television today, I see that they are not really grateful, or they are not really proud of their roots. Even the last
Yeah, I
time
heard
we
this from
spoke,
someone else also,
yeah,
huh?
even the last time we spoke, you spoke about TV so highly, even though you took a break,
Comes from
even though it
gratitude.
was hectic for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, because it is initially, it is what gave you so much love, and of course it's continuing, but that is where people started recognizing you from,
Yes,
television. But then people come out and say television की वजह से हमें फिल्म में या OTT में काम नहीं मिल रहा, so they have this negativity about TV. How do you see this thing as?
I would say it's 50-50. What they are saying is also not wrong.
Yeah.
There are many times they are still not casting us because they think we are from TV. But at the same time, I believe in the attitude of gratitude. Because, I mean, today imagine if I would have done nothing and nobody knew me only. Today, whatever, a little bit also I have in life, or I'm a recognized face, is obviously because of my TV shows.
Yeah.
Today, Instagram, I have a good following because a lot is coming from my TV shows only. Like, in fact, right now also when I was doing Divaniyat, like, I saw the engagement, like one reel was going to 6-7 lakhs, just normal reels. So it gives you so much reach. So how can you forget your roots, where you have come from? So I have the attitude of gratitude. This is my journey and I'm proud of it. Like, see, I think, everybody doesn't get chances easily, which is also the truth. That is why people are probably talking that they get pessimistic.
That is so
Because
true.
that even I am going to say, like, even I'm not getting enough opportunities for web or movies, for sure.
But then how
After
are you?
all the casting directors knowing me also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, talent is not an issue with you, right? Like, we know that we've seen your work, right? And I'm sure nobody has ever come to you and said that आपने acting ठीक से नहीं किया तो हम आपको नहीं ले सकते, right?
Touch wood, yeah.
Yeah.
Never happened.
And that is the issue. Like, for me, the issue is that when actually people who know how to act, they don't get the parts that they deserve. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
And as a third person, now that bothers me. So if it's happening to you, I'm sure it must be like, why is it happening?
Yeah. There are so many shows I'm sitting at home and watching, and I'm like, oh my god, I could have done this role very nicely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I guess we all know what we signed up for.
Yeah.
And when you're in this industry, it's a patience game.
That's true.
And that's exactly why I started doing different things on the side.
yeah.
Because then my income should not be an issue. People have a very wrong notion about me that, "Arey, bade baap ki beti hai, wo." No way. My parents are very strict. And anyway, this is not an age you take money from your parents. Whatever I do for myself.
Yes.
I have to also fend for myself. Most of the times I've faced jealousies, even from friends or whoever. They keep saying, "Oh, what's for you? You're sorted. I'm like, sorted how? Like, मेरे बैंक में मतलब हर महीने लाखों नहीं जा रहे हैं. Like, my parents told me the day I was leaving for Bombay, they said, you chose this journey, you have to do it yourself.
True.
That's one thing. My dad has tested me a lot. So I also obviously every day sit and think, what will bring the money on the table. And also because even I was taking things to heart a lot when acting was, I always used to notice I used to come in the top two, and there were certain phases when I used to just not get work. So I started taking it very badly, depression, crying, Today, because I'm in other professions, I'm very happy.
Yes.
Because you have to be happy. That's
That
the
is so
first
true.
thing.
That is
Most
so
important key.
That also brings me to this point where since you have other businesses and since you have other source of income, I'm sure you're not going to do anything that you don't resonate with just because of money.
Yeah.
Sadly, so many actors, I don't even blame them. They
I
have
know.
to do this.
Even I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Everyone has their bills, everyone has their rents to pay. But even when I was struggling though I must say I was very lucky that the first show in Pyar Ki Kahani is an iconic show. But I think by nature only I'm choosy. I have my standards.
Yeah.
In fact, there were many times when my parents were telling me, no, you do this, you do that, and which I knew was a wrong decision. Because they perceive it in a very different way, but I always tell them that my field is very different.
Yeah.
Let me make my own decisions. So yeah, I've always been very choosy. For me, when I choose work, it has to be about the whole package.
Correct.
Like who are the producers, what is the channel, what is the slot. I see everything properly because I don't want to like ever let my fans down or even my family down. I want to be part only of good quality projects.
You mentioned Pyar Ki Ek Kahani, and I think everyone, wherever you go, even today, they appreciate you for that role and for that show.
Touch wood.
They ask you कि आएगा कि नहीं आएगा और एक बार हमें देखना
I
है.
know so many years also the fans keep asking.
I know, it's so sweet. They even today they cut reels and all, and it's
Yeah,
very
I know.
heartwarming
I keep
because
seeing on Insta.
सबके लाइफ में every actor craves for one such role. I've seen so
100%.
many people asking these actors जो ऐसे famous है for that one role कि आपको बुरा नहीं लगता you got typecast, and I'm like बुरा क्या, this is every actor's dream to have one show, one role associated with their name. And when even today this happens, does it become overwhelming?
Very overwhelming. Like right now only I was last month holidaying with my family in Bangalore.
Okay.
And on the airport, the security check, she's telling me, Panchi ma'am, आप पंची मैम हो ना, आपको दूर से ही देख रही थी ऐसे. हाउ स्वीट. शी इज लाइक, अरे हमने तो कभी वो सीरियल मिस ही नहीं किया. वी वर गोइंग इन द मॉल्स ऑल्सो, देयर वर सम पीपल फॉलोइंग मी इन द बाथरूम एंड दे लाइक, आर यू पंची? लाइक सो इट्स सो ओवरवेलमिंग फॉर माई पेरेंट्स स्पेशली, and they are like, it's commendable because it's been so many years and people still are calling you Panchi. I did so many other roles, but people call me Panchi Dobriyal only. So obviously, who wouldn't want this kind of a fame and validation?
That is
it's
true.
Such a big compliment.
Yeah,
and that's why I said again, why I keep telling you Destiny, that was my first show.
Yeah.
I was raw. Now also when the fans are putting the reels, I see my face like literally you can make out like such a baby.
Yeah.
And imagine it was just my gut. I've always followed my gut.
Yeah.
And that show changed my life.
That's so nice. But Vahbiz, you have been somebody, and I respect that so much about you, because not a lot of people at your position would come out and talk about their mental health, but you have always spoken about it very, very normally, because it's time we normalize it. But sometimes, what happens with actors, that they don't want to show that side of theirs, because then there are so many questions, there's so much social media trolling that they have to go through. But when you talk about it and when you get messages, because I'm sure people reach out to you, appreciating you and calling you an inspiration, how does that feel? Because coming out of being mentally low is a very, very big deal, and not a lot of people can manage to do that.
See, first of all, I'm a kind of a person, I don't have a filter. I have never got only two faces. What you see is what you get. Secondly, I think we all are human. Because I feel even whatever profession we are in, but we should still be on the earth. We are all just normal human beings. So that's the reason I always speak my mind. I never think what will anyone think, because when I'm talking to you, I'm purely having a conversation with you. And I feel we've been given a platform, we've been given followers, everything. So why not help people? Like, use it in a positive way now. Like, why should you use your platforms only in negative or cheap ways? So I, in fact, was the first one to talk about body positivity, because right after Pyar Ki Ek Kahani, I started putting on weight for my own genuine reasons. So, in fact, so many women always write to me and they're like, you have really inspired us. So, touch wood, if I've even touched one life, I will be very happy.
That's so sweet.
So I just prefer to speak my truth. Like, because everyone doesn't have this position.
Yeah, that is so true.
Everyone's not sitting on this chair.
Exactly.
So why not speak? You can help others also, no?
Yeah, as long as you use it responsibly.
And secondly, like, what is the taboo or the stigma. If somebody is going through something, someone is having weight issues, someone is low, why not speak about it?
That is true.
Just be normal.
You started this entire concept of body positivity. Abhi to bahut influencers and content creators.
I'm so happy to see the revolution.
Yeah. But you started it at an age where people didn't know what body positivity. They were thinking that somebody has put on weight and they're trying to justify it and they're trying to normalize
I agree
it.
With you, yeah.
Right? Even today, I had a show called Body Faming, opposite of body shaming, right? Yeah, 2 years back.
I think you told me last time,
And people just kept on bashing me that how you're promoting being unhealthy or being big or being fat, and I'm like, that's not even true, that's not even the conversation.
Tell them, go change your
Yeah, yeah.
Go and change your perception, then speak.
That is so true. But where did you have that courage from? क्योंकि तभी भी लोगों ने बहुत बकवास बातें की होंगी और आप तक भी आई होंगी.
Because you're right, I was like one of the first very few actors who started putting on weight, and that also it happened after I joined TV, and probably I couldn't cope up with gym and many things. And you know what is the shameful part? Like whoever speaks like that, actually it's shame on them, not us.
That's true.
But yes, with me it happened at such an earlier stage that like even my own mom, dad were like disappointed. How can you put on weight? Why can't I put on weight? Like I'm your daughter, whatever, even if I'm 100 kilos, I'm your daughter, right? What happened is, it's a very Indian mentality and people don't see the human side. Now, what people don't understand, there is something called chronic illnesses, right? Nobody is a fool. Nobody wants to wear plus size clothes. Everybody wants to look beautiful, but who decides the standards of beauty? Who are you to decide that beauty only will be a 26-inch waist?
True.
You like initially what happened with me is I am that kind of person, as I told you, the more you break me, I perform better in adversity. I'm a rebel kid. So I think I was initially totally broken. I was being body shamed, I was being pulled down by the industry, I was being pulled down by my own parents, my family, so first and foremost, though, I even explained to my family that this won't work. Let's have some boundaries. You cannot just now my brother was a little kid. He was saying, Arey, she looks like a bodybuilder. She does. So first of all, I explained to him. Correct. You have to first explain in the house to me. Okay, I will not accept this shit. Don't talk to me like this. I will not take it. Secondly, what is happening? You're already hurt. You cannot accept the bodily changes, and then someone is going on pinching you and pricking you on your hurt, like jale pe namak. So I guess we all learn. It's not anyone's fault. They also understood with me, and now today these kind of topics are not at all discussed in my house. And secondly, then even with the industry, when they started seeing that I am a very headstrong person and I'm not going to conform to their beauty standards, because it's not that I didn't try. I used to gym twice a day.
Correct.
I used to diet, I used to cry, I used to be pulled down, But I realized after some time, because I had hypothyroid, that every time the weight would magically come back, I would be depressed, I would be crying, I would miss food, a lot of things. So then I said, now whatever, this is it, bro. Take it or leave it. And touch wood, I never ran out of work. I got roles that suited me. Like I always had my head on my shoulders. I was not planning to be a Kareena Kapoor or a very, like, I can't fit in that category because of my weight issues. So then I used to get roles which used to suit me. But the main thing was to change people's perception.
True.
Because see, I have seen this in my own house from childhood. My own mom put on a lot of weight after my brother's birth. And I have seen people literally passing such bad comments. Like, they don't know what the person is going through. After my brother's birth, my mom got so many complications. My mom was a bomb. She was also Miss Pune and all. That's the thing. Mera to sab genes mein aa raha hai. And after Daniel's birth, like a lot of people, just started like literally saying, "Arey, teko kya ho gaya yaar? Kya dhol lagti hai tu? Yaar, tu dhol lag gayi hai, ban gayi hai." I have literally heard these kind of comments on my mom, and my mom's not
on her face.
Yeah. She also used to be shredded into pieces and into tears. So when I've seen it, I think by the time I also started facing this, like I am not like my mom. My mom is still soft-hearted. I am very feisty. So I think once I came to acceptance, then I started giving it back. And I think today, nobody has the himmat to speak to me like this. Second, you see my page also, you'll only see positive remarks.
Correct.
You will never see anyone talking ill, because I changed people's perception. I didn't change myself.
Yes, you also gave so much courage to young girls, younger girls, who actually could come out. And you know, last time we spoke about it, for me also, like growing up we didn't have role models. Yeah, like everyone was like, you know, perfect figure, and Kareena got that 0 figure body and all of that. I was like, great, but we're all different human beings, so obviously we look different. But when you started talking, and you know, these people are scared of them being called out, they think we'll never call them out. When you start calling them out, they get scared, and they're like, okay, we can't mess with her. But tell me something, you are a very strong-headed woman, you know, nobody can mess with you. And I think if somebody does wrong to you, you will call them out. You will be like, I'll show you.
You can't. You're very feisty.
Yeah, but you know, these are all great things. But despite that, people are unable to handle strong women even today, even 100%. In 2025.
100%.
Does that somewhere bother you today?
Not really, because I surround myself with the right type of people. And at the same time, I would say I cannot really blame men, because things have changed very drastically. We are not going in the old traditional ways. Obviously, first, in the other generations, roles were defined. Okay, the man was the provider, the woman would be the homemaker.
Correct.
Today, now what has happened, even women are providers, women are also out there working, wearing the pants, getting the bread on the table. So men cannot suddenly handle the changes. They are shocked. They're like, this is not a woman, she's become a man.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm not totally blaming them, but still I'm very proud. At least the people I am with and my friends, they're all fantastic. They're all like me, only alpha women, and they're all doing superbly well, and their partners are very supportive. So it will take time for men to change. Because the generation has only changed, but at the same time, there are many men who are very supportive also.
That is true.
Like my own brother, even my sister-in-law is a model. He's so sweet, my brother. He supports us so much. So you know, like those days are gone. जब घर पे बैठो, क्योंकि आदमी को पसंद नहीं आ रहा है. So things have changed. But as you say, obviously it's a whole new revolution. It will take time. But still, I think I'm seeing a lot of changes.
Same. I think things are changing for good, but it will just take a little more time, because it's years of patriarchy that we have to fight.
Exactly, it's patriarchy, as you said. Like, it's like you're literally, you know, changing all the laws, what men were used to. And secondly, today what has happened, women, because they are earning, they are not ready to take the shit. They think they don't need the men.
Exactly.
Like half the people don't want to get married, half the people don't want to have kids today.
Yeah, that's true. But how important, because you started working at 17, so how important is it for you to be financially independent? And for women, and why I say women, because we just discussed that, you know, we've just started earning our own money and being so particular about we're not going to take anybody's shit. And I feel not only a man, whoever is providing for you sort of controls you. Even if it's your father, even if it's your older brother, you will have to seek permission for everything.
You'll have to be answerable.
100%. So what about the financially, you know, being independent?
See, luckily for me, as I said, nothing was ever planned. It was like I just came in college and life just started changing. And since I loved working, so I was always passionate. I was always working only in Pune. Also, like every second day I was shooting only. Secondly, yes, I've touch wood got very, very supportive parents. They do not believe that their child should get abused. You know, on the name of love, you don't need to take abuse. So even they have always taught me the importance to my mom, though, especially her only one word is there: save money, beta, save money, save money, save money. You know, like just save for the rainy days. And I think COVID taught us a lot. But I've got parents who've always taught me the importance of earning and saving up. As I told you, dad put the pressure on me from such a young age only. He said, if you've chosen this field, because my whole family is from Pune. Like, we have a huge khandan, Dorabjees. So, and like, touch with me and my brother are in such a position where we actually don't even need to work. But my mom, dad have taught us value for every little thing. My father clearly told me, you're going to Bombay, you have to do it on your own. At such a young age, I was struggling. Initially, so I was feeling, have I done something wrong? Where have I come? You know, like that, not getting any pampering, just roughing it out, going in local trains, living in a one-room kitchen. Like, you know, I've done it all. So, but today, everybody tells, we really appreciate your parents, how they've brought you up, and your brother. Because when my brother, he is such a good boy, completely a health freak, only, into his gymming and office. That's the only two things that boy does.
Correct.
He's not even as like fun loving as me or anything. So everyone like literally praises our upbringing, touch wood.
Your brother's back in Pune?
Yeah, he's married. I told him his wife is a model.
Yeah.
So, in our position, anyone could have got spoiled.
Yeah.
But then
that's what the surprise is. You said your friends tell you, because as an outside, as a third person, they'll think that she has a lot of things.
No,
so
but
why
then they
will
know
she
me. That's why they really appreciate me.
Exactly.
Like they tell me that only. It's very opposite.
Exactly. Despite having all that.
But then it all comes from your parents, right? Like now, dad and mom didn't give us anything easy. Har cheez kamani hi padi hai na mujhe bhi. So then obviously you love the value, and they always taught me to save up and be financially independent. And obviously there are a lot of hard lessons I learned myself. So I think post my life crashing, I really learned the value of money also.
Yeah.
Every rupee.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, I mean, today if you tell me that, trust me, I don't own any branded bags. I don't own a Louis Vuitton. I don't own anything. I'd rather invest that money. If I have to go and buy some bullshit bag for just itne ka 3 lakh, 4 lakh,
oh my God, I know.
Invest. I would rather say invest, do SIPs, do FDs, whatever. But don't, it's a criminal waste, honestly.
That's true.
So that's the thing. That's how our thinking is.
Wow. When was that? This is a very interesting thing because not a lot of actresses talk about this. When did you realize the importance, the value of saving, of investing? And this is a very interesting thing because actresses come and show what's in my bag, and they are having all Gucci, Prada, LV and all of that, and you just said I'd rather invest that money.
As I told you, like everybody goes through their own journey. So I guess when I really hit rock bottom and my life came down crashing, that is when I really understood the importance of money also. I was like, oh my God, I'm today in such a bad position. I don't have money. And of course, I mean, touch wood that I have such angelic parents who bail me out. But then from there, I came back from the ashes.
Wow.
And today, that's what I'm saying. I honestly don't have any branded bag. Like maximum, like I have like Harrods from London and all. But I have gone to a Louis Vuitton showroom and I was shocked like when I heard the prices.
Yeah.
I mean, from the kind of values that have been imbibed in me, I would rather invest that money.
That's true.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
But
today I hear this term a lot, even for financially independent women like us. They say that if we want to settle, and by settle I mean like, we want to marry or we want to date somebody, we have certain things, even a man has a list, a checklist. Right. So if somebody feels like, I say this, that I want a financially sound man, right? Who's doing well, who's ambitious, and who's of course working fine.
Right.
And people get triggered so much. Men get triggered so much to hear this, and they're like, "Okay, she's a gold digger." And these are the kind of comments that come on such videos where women are talking about that. Because I'm like, how is that being a gold digger if I am earning well and I want my partner to also earn well?
Exactly. How is that a gold digger?
That's a realistic demand, right? So how do you, what do you think about this, and what do you feel about women today taking a stand and wanting somebody who's also financially sound?
Well, I think when a woman gets married, the first thing she's looking for is stability and security. So how does that make you a gold digger?
True.
And secondly, today in fact men are very fortunate that women are also earning so well and they're chipping in 50-50. So I don't see any harm in that. And that's what I'm saying. As you said, there's been so much of patriarchy. There's been so much of discrimination against women from generations that it is going to take men a little time, because they are at the moment in a shock that if you can have standards, then why can't women?
That is so
like
true.
If you can give matrimonial ads looking for a tall, beautiful, fair girl, this, that. So today, why not women? Today, it's a world of equality, simple as
Absolutely.
that. So which is taking them a lot of time to digest.
Yes.
So obviously, see, anybody can say anything. If someone say you're a donkey, you don't become a donkey. So if they think this is being a gold digger, then I mean they are sadly mistaken. Like they need to then really look up the meaning.
That is true.
Because I've seen this term, it's used easily.
And women are like easily called. I have seen men who have been bigger gold diggers. Like they'll be like,
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
But that's in fact more common. The system of dowry, even though it's ended, I see so many people calling it gifts and still giving it, right? To the man and the family.
So you're still talking about marriage. I just recently on a podcast said this, and I would again want to warn a lot of girls, which I have faced recently. Literally, like now, men are, I think they are trapping you. They're studying your background and coming, and they know that the girl is well-to-do, so they are trying to use the girl, and even without being husbands, like just playing the victim card, and like, can you, like, I don't have this, I don't have that, can I borrow some money? It has become so dangerous, I can't tell you. I said this on a podcast recently, that be very careful. I have faced men who are gold diggers.
Wow.
Like to the extent that I had to really take some strict action. Yeah, I don't want to like get into details, but like someone did try to do a very big fraud with me, because that guy 100% had studied me and come. And tried to play the emotional card, this, that. Once or twice I helped, but after that I realized it's all about the money. That person was eyeing my everything. My house, what I own, everything. So I am noticing, and a couple of my close friends have also gone through divorces, because they are the ones who are running the house. So it's like really disgusting, like even how men have changed.
It takes us, a similar thing happened with me, this gold digging thing, like, oh my god, I can completely relate. So but honestly I was dumb. So for a month I didn't understand. For a month and a half I didn't understand, and then my best friend who I live with, she explained it to me that, listen, you need to think about it. But I feel,
why was he taking things?
Not taking directly, but like
same.
Like can you drive me till here and give me this, and I don't have this, it's ours, it's ours, so I'll it's ours, and I'm like, I am earning it, how is it ours? But I realized during that stage that women are emotionally way more involved than men are in any sort of a relationship. And that's why sometimes it takes us longer to realize what actually is happening. Are you somebody who's very practical, or who's like a little emotional?
Then I wouldn't have to get fooled like this. I'm very emotional. I think the whole industry knows that. But of course, I've learned a lot. That's why luckily I realized a few things very fast. But I'm telling you, we're living in very scary times. Literally, I am noticing now how men are making women pay the bills everywhere. But I still would say that a self-respecting, hardworking boy would never do that.
That is true.
Like you, haath pair maro anywhere, you do any odd jobs, but tum kamao.
A high value man.
Directly, you wouldn't be just asking the woman, oh, this happened, I don't have money for my rent, I don't have money for this, I don't have money. I mean, disgusting.
Well, we do you also do that? Like whenever a situation like this happens, I automatically think that, would my dad ever do that? Like this just comes in my head, right? Because we have had that upbringing.
You will hero worship. Your father's never done this, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think it happened even earlier so much, but nowadays it's happening a lot. Most of the women are getting used.
Oh God.
But
have such experiences made you cynical about love? Because love's meaning has only changed. It sometimes blows my mind.
But I really think, I'm a stupid, typical Sagittarian, like very over optimistic, and I think that is only that has got me screwed in life all the time. So sometimes I feel it's better to be cynical. Let life take you by surprise. Like probably you will think, no, this guy is not a nice guy, but maybe he might turn out to be wonderful. So I think being a little bit cautious and being a little cynical is better only, because being over optimistic has only landed me in a ditch. So I think that is better. It's better we all learn from our lessons, because I think that's a better way. Because then at least you're cautious and you're guarded.
How when your friends are, I don't know if all your friends are like married or they have kids or anything, but when your entire group is like married, or I'm in that stage where everyone's getting married one by one and are having kids, some of them are having kids. I'm like, how? I feel like I am a kid, how are you having a kid and all that? But your friends suddenly turn into like elderly people and they are like, tu bhi shadi kar, you also find someone, you also have a guy, we'll go on double dates and all that. How do you, like, your friends tell you that?
No, nobody's really said anything because in my group, like, many of my friends are married with kids. And of course, I totally respect that their life has totally changed.
Correct.
And then there are some friends like me who are single. So I obviously hang more with them because automatically, obviously, once you have a child, they all have become busy. So you can't blame them. You have to give them that space. But no, in fact, everyone has told me, Baba, you please soch samajh ke shadi karna. Be very, very careful whenever you marry again or anything.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I've had so many bad experiences. Like, see, the media only highlights one aspect of my life, which is a closed chapter and which honestly has no value today in my life. After that, it has been 9 years and there have been another couple of few incidents just because I don't speak about it in the media. But I mean, really such, crazy incidents have been happening. So in fact, my friends have always been watching out for me and they're like, no, you please stay single only. It's ulta actually.
Yeah. But experiences in life, even in professional or personal life, have they taught you who truly your own people are? Because they play so much, they play such a huge part in your life.
100%. I think it is only your bad times which, show you who are your true friends. And I'm very sharp. I make mental notes who has stood with me in my bad times and who isn't.
Wow.
Like, there was a time when I would just be very innocent. Every Tom, Dick and Harry was my friend. But now I'm very firm in my boundaries. And I well observe who is standing by me. And I'm sure how much ever you guys must be following me, you must have already noticed I'm always with my family only.
Yeah.
For me, my family is my biggest strength. Simple. They are there. I don't need anyone.
Anybody,
I don't need anyone, honestly.
Nice. You go to Pune often?
Yeah, in fact, now only I was whole month in Pune only. Whenever there's no work or work is less, then I go. Of course, the best part is home has always been so close. No?
Yeah.
4-hour drive and I'm home.
Yes. Wow. But, talking about, of course, you spoke about a part of media and there's social media. Now, there are two things that I feel it's very difficult for actors and public figures because whatever you do, you're walking on the street and maybe you ignored a pap, there'll be a video, Vahbiz ignored the paparazzi, she disrespected them and all of that.
Yeah.
I'm just giving an example, this hasn't happened, but I'll just clarify because again, a clip will be cut from some other page and they'll put it. But how do you deal with that? Because sometimes there are things that are lies that you've never said or have been twisted or have been used against you. And even on social media, people, they don't know you from within. They don't know your core, your aura, and they'll come and comment some things about you.
Yeah.
Does that ever bring you to a point where you're like, okay, I'm done now. I don't want to be associated with social media anymore?
Well, not really, because now I don't take it personally anymore. I think we have been seeing all this from such a young age. I'll tell you, like, honestly, even when we are talking about social media, but when I was younger and I was winning all those contests also, like, you won't believe, even that time people used to talk shit. That time also when I was winning everything on merit, still people used to say, "Arey, she's Vahbiz Dorabjee's daughter, yeah, that's why she's won. Arey, uske parents ne hi rig karaya hoga." Like, all this shit used to go on that time also.
Wow.
So, it's like, always remember, kuch to log kahenge, unka kaam hai kehna. So, I think I saw it from such a young age. Then, after that, obviously, being in the limelight for so many other reasons. So, I've been seeing this trolling from quite a young age. That time we had in Facebook and all, So, like, now, honestly, it just doesn't have an effect. Because I just know that nobody defines you. Like, what I have learned from my journey is that no one defines you. Simple as that. Like, don't let the negativity sink in. Yeah. Nobody can tell you what you are, or like a random fan or a random hater sitting anywhere with their faceless IDs cannot tell you who you are. So you have to have that kind of confidence. Of course, I am also had to face a lot of bullshit. Then I'm speaking like this. Yeah. So yeah, I think it doesn't bother me because I know my truth. Yeah. And it doesn't even bother me. I don't take it personally. Yeah. Like, there's a block button, just block them. Simple. And as I'm saying, like, through all my toughest journeys, I realized that nobody can define you.
Wow. You have come out of whatever went down in your life. We'll not get into the details, but you've come out as a very strong, very positive person. See, strength, I am sure a lot of people derive strength from their hardest times, but they also get a little negative in
Yes,
life.
they get
You know,
bitter.
you said that I'm optimistic in every situation.
True.
Which I feel is better than being pessimistic, because then you will be sad about things that hasn't even happened yet. What if it happens for you
Yeah.
good, right? How did you bring in so much happiness and positivity in your own life?
Well, because as I said, with my entire journey, I realized a lot of things, which I even told you last time in this one very beautiful reel you guys had cut. Like when I told you that today, why I'm happy, because I left control. I'm not obsessed with the results. Like, you know, when I came to Bombay, I was this 21-year-old kid who didn't even know anything, and today it's been 18 years in Mumbai.
Yeah.
So God is watching over you. You gotta just keep your faith. And secondly, everything is not in our control. Today I might plan this and I might plan that, and you know, they say, "Na man proposes, God disposes."
Correct.
So that's why, like, you know, I also learned to calm myself down, and I am not obsessed with the results anymore. Right now, when I did the Art of Living course, the most important thing that we learned through Sri Ravi Shankar is the Art of Living teaches you the happiness course. It teaches you the joy of just living in the now. So that's how I treat my life. And what was your question? Like, what am I missing?
This only, you answered it correctly.
What did you
that,
ask me again?
You have led to whatever happened
Yes.
after that,
So-
positivity and happiness.
Exactly, because I realized one very big thing. What a lot of things my life showed me is that, see, anyway, when they say na neeki kar darya mein dal, you do you.
Yeah.
Let other people do what they want. You do your good, because I noticed that whoever did anything bad to me, sorry to say, but I saw their downfall in front of my eyes. Like karma, as they say, it doesn't spare any address. I literally saw people getting karma back in their face. So I had to do nothing. I sit back, I relax, I do my work, you be in your lane. So these are a few things I learned through my own journey. That's the reason I just have no other choice but to treat, you know, one day at a time. That's all you can do from your end. And because you witness so many things, that's when your faith in God, your faith in the universe, it increases. Because I'm not joking, like my friends also tell me, Vahbiz, whoever has hurt you has always got such bad karma. Maybe I'm just spiritual or God's favorite child, but I've seen it with my own eyes. So that's why I just feel we are nobody to do anything. You need to sit back and relax. Everything that happened in my life till today was never a plan. And in fact, whatever I planned didn't work out.
Wow.
So what to do?
You know, we spoke about this last time also, about karma, and it is such an interesting thing, because even I believe in this one thing, that, you know, sometimes when something bad is happening to us, we're continuously crying and cribbing, thinking, why is it happening to us? 2 years or 1 year, whenever you have healed, later you'll realize, you'll thank God this happened with us, even though it was a very toxic, negative thing, but it's out. And now I can, you know, lead my life. And I think there's this one term, that God's plan is always better than yours. So that is what you said, that, you know, leave control.
No, and also sometimes, no, there are some times, like I must tell you, in 2025, it's not been a good year for me at all. Like till I didn't go to Art of Living, like I was in a very bad state this year. Like some really bad incidents have happened with me. And but I feel sometimes it is just God's way to teach you, or God's way to expose some people. Like, you know, who you were thinking, oh my God, is like my best friend, my family, and then God shows you something in front of your eyes. So, you know, I have just realized in the long run, you actually got saved. It was just a redirection by God, and secondly, you dodged a bullet. So I just feel there is no loss. Eventually, wherever I am today in my journey, wherever I have reached, when I look back at whatever happened, I feel like, what have I lost actually? I'm only having an amazing life. So you're at no loss. Like, you have to realize that when there is something happening, you need to ask yourself, okay, what are you learning through this? Like, God is trying to show you something through this, like some lesson He's trying to teach you.
Absolutely.
So if you take things in a positive way, and plus when you will look back, you know, so-and-so thing happened, or so-and-so friendship broke up, or something happened, everything happens for a reason. This is also one thing I have got immense faith in everything happens for a reason. That I've learned through my journey.
Yeah. You don't realize it then, but later on you're
Definitely.
like, yes.
That's why now you will never see me ever going crazy or crying or, obsessed with results of life, because I learned what I had to learn.
Yeah.
Like, the tears are over, the tears are dried up. Yeah. I don't take things so personally, or my heart doesn't now shatter into pieces. I just realize, okay, this happened, okay, now move on. It's like that.
Wow. One thing that I really adore about you is that you're very authentic. Like, whatever you say, even if I know you're not lying, but even if you're lying, I think I'll believe you. I'll be like, she's saying the truth only, because it comes from from your heart. And that is why people are dying to see you in reality shows.
So sweet.
Every year there is one report, Vahbiz is in Big Boss. Every single year till the premiere night, people are hoping, okay, she'll come. She doesn't turn up.
That's so true. I got so many messages and calls in this time. They're like, we are so excited you're going.
And this year everyone was sure you will come. Why didn't you?
Well, you have a point. But I really actually, thanks to that, you're right. I appreciated the response, and many people said that we would like to see you. And to be very honest, till today, I always said a flat no. But I this time really had a meeting with them. Wow. And I've started keeping an open mind. Yeah. Because my friends who know me, whoever knows me, they're like, dude, you should go to Big Boss.
You will win and come. You have that, trust me, you have that energy, you'll win and come.
That also people have told me. I mean, that's really kind. I really don't know. Yeah. It's not an easy house. But I have heard this statement from too many people. Because I think this is what they are looking for, right? The spunk, the zest, the energy, and being vocal. So I think, those arenas I would be good.
Yeah, you'll be, because every year the list comes out. Sometimes the last year.
And people are always very convinced about me.
I'm
surely going.
She will go. Earlier there was this notion that if your career is ended or something, you go. But honestly, look at the lineup.
Now that's long gone.
Now people don't even think, because good actors were hesitant to participate in Big Boss because they used to think that people will have this thing about perception about us. But that's changed today.
Of course, it's a bloody most biggest show of the nation. That's why I started keeping my now heart and head open.
Yeah.
Initially, I was not open.
Correct.
But you never know.
Yes.
Now.
Next year, guys, comment.
This statement, it's not only you. Everybody who knows me has said that, Vahbiz, you should go.
You should go.
Ekdam so talkative. Everything.
Yeah.
Like, it just works.
You'll be very competitive in tasks. You'll make sure you or your team wins. I know.
I hope so. It might bring out a side of mine which I also don't know.
Yeah, because see, social media has already let that side out, but not to like such a massive level. No, because there people will be seeing the true, the real you.
No, and there you have like very 150 cameras on you, so it's not, social media can't be that much.
Correct. That's true.
There though you cannot pretend, or even if you want to pretend, you can't pretend. And I can't pretend only. I'm not born only like this.
But you've always supported body positivity and always spoken about so many real issues. Today I see so many younger women going through this crisis where they look at actresses like you and they're like, oh my god, she's perfect and her nose is this, nose is that. Maybe somebody has gotten work done, and I have no issue with Botox or whatever you get done, but I feel you will have to be a little more honest with the people who follow you or look up to you, because they think this is real. So this is where the problematic situation arises, because you like recently Khushi Kapoor, she came out and she spoke that I went and got my nose and lips fixed. And I don't think it's a big deal. That's what
each to their own.
That's what she said. And after that, a lot of people started realizing okay, so this is not real.
But very bold of her to even say it, because I in fact have so many friends who are doing things and they lie. They literally lie on my face, and I'm like, I'm not born today. But I'm just respecting you because you pay your own bills. What do I care? You do Botox, you do anything. Mere baap ka kya ja raha hai? So, I in fact recently in one podcast said the opposite. I said, I don't believe in all this Botox and all, because I've grown up in this Parsi beautiful family.
But you don't need, that's why you don't believe.
Now each to their own. I have seen my genes. I've seen my gorgeous grandmothers who, like my granny looked like Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She's the most beautiful. We used to call her Queen
Your
Elizabeth.
mom, yeah.
My mom. So I have to learn from my family. And as I said, I say each to their own. Each to their own. We are not paying anyone's bills. If they feel something is not perfect in their body or their face, they want to go and do such dangerous things. Absolutely their wish. Yeah? We are nobody to judge anyone. Like in my family, especially my dad has only one sentence which he keeps saying, live and let live. So I have always been like that myself also. Live and let live. What I am doing, it's not your business. What you're doing, it's not my business.
That is
so
true.
that way.
But lastly, Vahbiz, before we wrap this, you've always been somebody who's chosen her work very carefully, and you've just admitted you have been choosy and picky about things you do
always.
because your name gets attached to it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, what is that one thing or maybe multiple things that excite you in terms of acting or your business or anything to do with your profession?
Well, that way, as I told you, I'm quite a workaholic.
Yeah.
So it's never enough for me. Like every day, there are some short-term goals which I need to fulfill. And I think I love my events business also.
Yeah.
And I would really want to rock more in that. In fact, I work with one of my friend Imran.
Okay.
So I keep telling Imran, let's probably go ahead and, do bigger things, maybe open a PR and marketing agency.
Wow.
Because see, right now we are only doing launches and guest listing and everything. But the kind of connect that he and me have, I feel I can go bigger, better in that.
Absolutely.
Plus, I have only one life. I've done TV all the time, but that's what I'm saying. It's really a dream to work on some good projects in web and movies. Yeah, that's one dream I really want to, fulfill. I'm a crazy fan of all Dharma productions. I love to be part of such projects.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I will work till I die. I love working.
I know you will. Definitely.
I'm like my dad, because I'm retiring. Yeah, Dad. Sure, Dad.
will not.
When I think people who love working and are ambitious, you won't believe my father and me, we have the same birth date also, 28.
Wow.
He's 28 Jan, I'm 28 November.
Lovely.
Like
That's
literally, I've got his blood. I've got my mom's emotional side.
Yeah.
She's a Taurian, and I've got my father's very
the perfect
practical
balance,
side.
but
literally
you need
mixed.
that. Yeah. But on that note, thank you so much, Vahbiz, for joining, and it's always such a good time chatting with you, and whatever your mood is, you just get happy talking to you, and that is why I was telling you that you should do this reality show and go there, because I think you'll kill it. But whatever you do, yes. But whatever you do, I keep seeing on Instagram, whatever you do, you put your heart and soul into it. And there are very less people who actually love and respect their work so much. And you're one of them. And you have fever, and she's not well, and she's traveled 1.5 hours away and come to shoot this podcast. So that means so much. Thank you.
In fact, I was going to say the same thing. Likewise, before coming here, I was quite unwell.
Yeah.
The doctor has just come home before I come to this interview, but you are a mood lifter.
Thank you.
I love doing interviews with you. I was excited to be here. One of the reasons is you, because with you it's always been so organic.
Yeah.
And we get along like a house on fire. So our interviews don't feel like interviews.
I know.
It's like we're two buddies just chatting and having coffee.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. You really changed my mood, and I love speaking to you.
Thank you so much. Likewise. Thank you.
Hi, this is Vahbiz Dorabjee, and you are watching me on FPJ Showbiz.